Today we're going to do a little correcting and fixing up of things. If you saw some of the last videos, on my lower I had forgotten to order my blue bolt catch. So I've got that in, so we're going to replace this bolt catch with this nice anodized blue one. And to do that, I did order some dedicated bolt catch punches. This one came with the starter and the punch and a little, almost like a Allen wrench or just bent nail kind of thing. It's an Allen wrench that's going to go in and hold it while we put in the new one. So we'll remove that, replace it with this one, get this fixed up. I also got this block, some correct tools, so that I can put this in here and work on that pin, pop that in and out correctly. That'll make it a little easier to handle. The other reason I got this is for this little piece right here, the Master Bench Blocks upper receiver piece, because if you saw in the other videos, we bastardized this pin and really messed it up good. It's not all the way in. It's in there enough that it's functioning, but it's up enough that it'll cut your finger. So we're going to pop that out, take this out. But then the nice thing about this bench here is that this will actually just fit in here, and it will hold this pin, hold the forward release, while we work on this pin, putting the new one in. So it should make it a lot easier, just using the right tools. You can see how that'll be there. It'll hold it in. Should be able to get that in without a problem and not ruining it. And maybe that's why I started out with two of these. Just something knew that was going to happen. All right, so we're going to start out. We're going to replace the bolt catch with a new one. And this one we used from our lower parts kit, so we'll try to save all those pieces and maybe put it back in the lower parts kit and then just use the ones that have come with this one. We've got the pin, and you can see I got a nice new mat. So we got the pin, the detent, and the spring. There are those three. And then the catch itself. I may not put it, well, I'll put it back in there, we'll see. All right, so we're gonna get this one out. We'll set these pieces off to the side. And this does have this little area right here to kind of stand this up in, free us up a hand. All right, so this is a bolt catch pin. It's longer. I wanted something longer so I could try to get it out easily. Bolt catch pin punch. And we'll try to just take this one all the way through. Feels like it's pretty far through there. Probably not all the way, but we'll see if we can push it out the rest of the way. Nope, can't quite push it out. We're going to try to make sure we don't lose it when it falls out. Okay, they went far enough to get the bolt catch out. this is getting a little bit tight as I was pushing it further. It's getting tight up in this area because this is not flat all the way. Interesting. I do have one other one as well. Let's see if it's flat the whole way. No, this one has a little lip too. But it might be a little longer than that one. There we go. All right, so there's the catch. And I'm going to now try to get the spring and the detent out. All right, so there's the spring and the detent and the bolt catch from the old one. And now we're going to put in the new one. We're definitely going to put a little oil in where the pin goes. We'll oil the pin. We'll drop the spring in first. Put a little drop in oil in there. Put our detent in. That's in. And now what we'll do is we're going to use this tiny Allen key, which they gave us. And this is going to just go in and be a placeholder to hold the bolt catch in place, and it shouldn't fall out. It should stay there, hopefully. And then we will get our new pin. We're going to put a little oil on it, and then we're going to use the starter. Make sure that fits into there. Doesn't go in very far, does it, as a starter, but it is a starter. Got some other starters too that might go in a little further. We'll stick with this one. That'll get us started. So we're going to put a little oil on this pin. Put it in our little starter. Just going to tilt this up. Should be exactly in the right spot. See how much that got started. Yep, about everything that could do. So now we'll use, actually this one that came with this little Swan Lake kit as a bolt catch. I didn't even know it was in there when I ordered these, but it's a little longer, so I kind of like that. It's like a little more than a 3/4 of an inch longer, so it should stay up a little higher. We'll see if we can just get this to push right down in there, nice and easy. Okay, this just fell out the bottom, so hopefully that's in about the right spot. Let's see if we can keep taking this down. Get it on there right and try not to mangle anything. Definitely almost there. Just a little tiny bit left. a little look. That's flush in that side. Doesn't go all the way that way, but I think that's probably good. And one other thing that we never checked the last time because we didn't have, I've got some magazines and some little dummy bullets in some. So we want to function check our mag release. Perfect. Mag release catches, holds well. That's good. And we'll check our bolt catch after we put her back together. But all right, now we have our nice blue setup. One other thing I did get was, it's a little off the screen, but a magazine block. So I can stick it in there and have it on my vise. So it'll make things a little bit easier. Set that out of the way. All right, on to project 2. Actually, let me take care of this stuff. I'll put this back in here. So there's our bolt catch. This probably goes there. One of these goes here, one of these goes here. Not really sure if that was right, but we'll leave them in there for now. All right, so now our next task is going to be to fix this atrocity that we created here. So I think I can push this pin out. I hope I can push this pin out through this one right here. I'm gonna have to clamp this down on my desk so I can get a little leverage on that, if I can. Oops, do that a little off the edge here. All right, so I think I can use maybe the same punch. I think this one no, that one didn't fit. I've got a small one here that goes through that hole, so I think this will get it out. I'm gonna kind of hold that just so it doesn't go flying. I hope I can get it out. All right, good. So, popped out this one we mangled, and we got that out. All right, so that's good, that's out. So we nicked it a little bit, but that's fine. So we're now going to look at using this block to put the new one in. So we're just going to use the new roll pin from this assist. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this forward assist back in, and remember that the notch, this little, actually looked like I almost bent my punch a little, but this notch goes towards where the pin is. So just make sure that's lined up. Goes in, I can actually see it inside there, and then we'll put it into this block here. That was pretty sturdy without holding it down at all. And like before, we're definitely going to put some more oil in that spot, and we're going to oil the pin, try to get it correct. So here's our pin. Look and see which starter we can use. Feels like we could use this as a good starter. Okay. And now we don't have to use an extra hand to hold this, which will be much nicer. And just looking at this pin, since this is one that gave me all the trouble in the world, I'm just going to make sure it's oiled liberally. I feel like going that direction. Alright, so we will tilt this up. Make sure that's lined up to the hole. And I just dropped it. Alright, so let's see if we can get this guy started here. That felt like it moved, it went in some. That's definitely going in much, much better than before. Maybe I can tilt this up and show. Yeah, we almost got that, used up almost all the starter punch. So it feels like it's about the same size pin, and I want to make sure that I'm not using something too big, so this is definitely fitting there. Just look at the tip of this one. Tip of this one's not really a round tip, it's almost like a tip that would go in the, like a cylinder almost tip. But we are going to, let's see, we'll go with this one. See if we tap this bad boy down in. It's definitely going in. Continuing to move without too much resistance. And I probably could have I'm just looking to see how much it's in. It's almost there. Almost. Very close now. Well, maybe one more tap. Well, slid right off of it, but all right. Now we're looking much better. A little bit of lube, the right tools, this thing really handy. Now we got our forward assist in there. Alright, so we fixed that. It's not quite all the way flush, but I think it's good enough. That's great, that's fine. Alright, perfect. So we got that fixed. We got this fixed. One other thing we're going to do is we're going to be adding this muzzle brake while we wait for some other pieces, but I'll get to that separately. So we're going to put this back together, and one thing I know, I ordered the wrong buffer tube. This is a pistol size for a brace, so I've ordered a correct one that I can put a stock on, and I've also ordered my stock. So I've chosen my stock. You can see it in another video. Or in the next video, we're going to take this off, and then we'll put the correct one on, and we should have our stock as well. Should have that completed. So we'll mate these back together. The other thing I haven't put on yet is this little thumb grip up front. I've got to see where to put it and see how that mounts on the bottom. But for right now, I'll put this back together. It's slightly off the screen here, but I'm just going to use my new magazine. All right, we are back together. And it fits. So we'll take the back pin out and we're going to put our bolt carrier group back in and our charging handle. So we'll go in and down. This go like that. All right. There we are, we're on safe. That looks much better, look at that. Now we got the blue. Definitely clear, make sure I start clearing things now. I don't even have any ammo here for this, but that's nice and solid. It's looking good. We'll be able to put that muzzle brake on without a problem. Yeah, so looking great. Now, one thing I did get, I got it in. I went a little cheap on the optics, but I went really cheap on the optics. But here is a 1:6 Banshee, which is going to look pretty damn cool. However, we mount it up here. It comes with the mounts. That's kind of why I got it. It'll be an inexpensive optic just to play around with. I know we'll probably upgrade it probably fairly soon. But now I got to figure out where to mount a little thumb. Which way and where to mount it. How far down, how far back. Maybe it's just personal preference. Maybe I should wait for the stock to get here so I can actually feel what it feels like in the correct length. But kind of function checking this looks nice. The safe works. We'll put a magazine in here. We've got just some dummy rounds. So the mag works. The mag release. Mag release is working. We'll let this go forward. You can see the rounds in there. So now there should be a dummy round chambered in there. I'm just going to see if it will eject it now, because we haven't been able to do that since we didn't have our magazines. But there should be one dummy round in the chamber, and I think if I take it to fire, pretend like we fired it. Now I'm going to just pull this back and let it go forward. So we ejected one. Should have brought another one up in there. Fire. Ejected another. Throwing these rounds around my place here, making a bigger mess. And pulled it back. Whoops, we didn't eject that one. I wonder why. It was the last one. And it's still in there. Let's see if I can get it to come out. There we go. For whatever reason, maybe I didn't quite understand it, but the last one didn't come out. But there's a couple dummy rounds through it. Seems like it's working. I'll have to watch that last one, see what happens when we really do that. But yeah, coming together. I've got some of these. They look cool. The Blue Build, Timber Creek. All right, tell me what you think. We'll be back. Hit subscribe, hit like. Thanks for watching. All right, if you enjoyed the videos, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as the next ones come out. Have a good one.